Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Bree and I am so happy that you're here. I just finished freshman year at the University of Alabama, and if you don't know, I am now in Disney World working for the Walt Disney Company. I had a couple people on my YouTube and TikTok ask me a little bit about like the program that I'm doing, and so I kind of just wanted to make a little video talking about what it is and how you can apply and maybe some application tips. I watched so many YouTube videos before applying and like during the application process to know like things to look out for and things to do to better my chances of getting in. I've been knowing I wanted to do the Disney College program for about 4 years now. I've always thought it was something super cool, something that I'm super interested in just because I love Disney World, I love making magic, and I just wanted to live here, and I just thought that that was such a cool experience and an opportunity that I've always wanted to do. So I decided to apply in January, and I'll kind of walk you through like my application process and kind of some tips and tricks, but I kind of just wanted to explain what the DCP is. So basically, it's like a professional internship where you do get paid and you work in either one of the Disney parks or one of the hotels, and there's lots of different roles you can have. You can be in merchandise, food and beverage, character attendant, entertainment, custodial work, vacation planning, children's activities, recreation, so many different things. And there's so many roles that I like didn't even think about, and now when I'm at the park I recognize just how many roles there are and how many different things there are. So there really is so many different opportunities, which is really, really cool. You can't pick what you do. It's kind of randomized, honestly. I don't really see any like rhyme or reason between it. They will ask you during your interview like what roles you're interested in, and they'll try their very best to, you know, put you in a role that excites you in some way, but they cannot guarantee that, and a lot of times it's just really random. But I have friends in so many different roles, and everyone has absolutely loved their experience. Even if they weren't like super excited about it at first, they've grown to love it and made so many cool connections from it. You move to Orlando and you're housed in Flamingo Crossing, which is like, I want to say like the Disney apartments. Like, all the DCP people live in those apartments. They're honestly really nice. You do pay for it, but you pay for it like out of your check from work, so they just draw your rent from your weekly paycheck. And it is expensive, but honestly it's worth it, and it is a really nice place to live, so I'm really happy that we live there. And there's lots of different lengths of programs, but basically you can like take a semester off from school. They sometimes have ones that are like just summer programs. They have lots of different variations, and so basically you move here, you work for as many months as you want. You can extend your program and try to do different roles. You work about 5 days a week, I would say, and it is like a lot of work, but it's super fun, and you get to go to the parks whenever you want to when you don't have work. At some point you get to like have guests after working a certain amount of hours, which is really nice. So there are some really great perks, and since it is a professional internship, you're able to take a semester off from school without it like affecting your scholarship or your schooling, as long as you have space in your schedule to do it, because most schools look at it as a professional internship. There's lots of really cool opportunities while you're here also. For example, there's classes going on all the time. There's fun little activities going on at the apartments. Like last week there was like a luau. This week there's like a few business people coming in to give a presentation, I think. They send you like emails about it all the time. I personally haven't done any of them yet. I've only been here for like 2 weeks, and I'm still trying to like get in the swing of things, because it is a lot. You work a lot. I had training all last week. I worked today. You work a lot. When you're not working, a lot of times you either want to rest or go to the parks. So definitely don't like burn yourself out with going to like all these events, but they're there for you if you want to go, and you can definitely make friends that way. Our living space is really nice. There's different like style apartments. I'm in a 2x2, which means 4 people in like one kind of complex, and there's 2 bedrooms, and I share a bedroom with one person, and then there's another bedroom, and then there's a kitchen and the living room, and then there are 4x2s, which are 4 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, so everybody gets their own bedroom, and then you share bathrooms. And then there's a 4x4, which everybody gets their own bedroom and bathroom. They obviously increase in price. I wasn't thrilled about getting a 2x2. I kind of wanted a 4x2 just because I like having my own bedroom, but it does mean that I'm technically making more money because my rent's cheaper. So, you know, there are pros and cons to everything. I wanted a 4x2, but I got put in a 2x2, and honestly, it's not the end of the world. But there is a 24-hour gym that we have. There's like vending machines with like lots of actually cool snacks and meals and stuff. There's like a community center. There's a really nice pool. I really love Flamingo Crossing. I have nothing but great things to say about it. So I just started like actual work. You move in your first week. They give you a few days kind of just to get situated, which is really nice. You can't go to the parks yet because you don't have your pass. So I like went to a hotel one day and just like kind of like resort hopped, used the monorail and the bus system and the boats and everything, and then I had to go get my costume. And then you have something called Traditions, which is basically just like Disney orientation. It's for everybody. It's not specific to your role. Kind of just learning about the 5 keys. You're learning about how to interact with guests, all the basic things. You basically have like 2 days of that. And then I started my training on a Monday. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of training. I had Thursday off. Friday I had a like tour of the park that I'm at. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. I am a PhotoPass photographer at Hollywood Studios and I absolutely love it. So anyways, yeah, I didn't mention PhotoPass is one of the roles, and that's literally what I was hoping for, so I could not be more excited. So now that I've told you guys a little bit about what the DCP is, I kind of want to talk about the application process itself. I'm also going to be making a completely separate video, probably in like a month or two, talking about like my personal experience with the DCP, because I really want to make that video and I love watching them, but I don't want to do it just yet because I feel like it's still too soon to like tell you guys about everything, just because I've literally been here for like 2 weeks, so I want to wait until I'm a little bit further into my program. Let's talk a little bit about what the application consists of. So it was January and I was trying to kind of figure out like my summer plans. I really wanted to do something cool and I always wanted to do the DCP. I've had a few friends who did it and I was like, let me just look into it. I knew that the applications were opening like beginning of January. So I like signed up on their email list to get an email when the applications came out. I followed them on Instagram and I saw that the applications were opening at like 10 a.m. I was in class and I like opened the application as soon as it came out actually, and I started looking through it, and then I had like a 2-hour break, so I went and I completed the application. The first part of the application is so easy. It's literally just like your basic information, where you're from, your name, where you go to college, what you're majoring in, and then I think they asked for a resume, so I think I uploaded my resume, and then also they ask for up to like 5 different things of work experience. So you want to kind of put in like keywords, for example, if you've like worked with children or like health and safety, or you know, handling food, handling chemicals, like things like that. So you want to kind of put in code words because you can't obviously write like a huge paragraph about what you did. Highlight the responsibilities you had in that job. And also, if there is a particular job that you're hoping for, definitely kind of market yourself for that. So let's say you're really hoping to do children's activities. Maybe you would include if you know, did student teaching, or if you worked aftercare, or if you were a party planner for kids' birthdays, or if you're a character performer, like lots of things like that. You kind of want to keep in mind like some of the roles that you're hoping for maybe, and kind of market yourself for that. That whole application maybe took me 30 minutes. I sent it in, super easy, and then I got an email saying I would hear within 72 hours. Went to Starbucks, got a coffee, came back, literally had an email an hour after I had submitted my original application that I had passed and I was moving on to the next part of the application process, which is the web-based interview. So I was literally shocked that it happened that fast, but I think it's like they really just have to look through it super quick, because it's a really easy first application process. So got an email saying it was time to take my web-based interview. You have 72 hours from the time of getting that email to the time of you have to complete it, or you're just like cut. I knew I wanted to do it that day and just get it done with, but I wanted to watch like a bunch of videos because I already had watched videos talking about it, but I like really wanted to make sure I was set, and I wanted to do it in a quiet space when I wasn't rushed and I had time to do it. Basically, what the web-based interview is, it's just like a personality test, honestly, but let me tell you, I was stressed out, literally almost in tears, freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm like, what if I don't do it right? If you don't pass, there's no getting around it. If you don't pass, you're done and you can't apply for like 6 months. It'll say like a statement, I work to be on time, and then it's like always, usually, sometimes, never, I don't know, like there's different like things. And so honestly, like the answers are kind of obvious for a lot of them, and you want to be honest, but at the same time, you want to like put your best foot forward kind of thing. So it'll be like some of those. It'll be like strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree for like certain things. And you want to be consistent. So if they ask you a question multiple ways, you want to always be consistent with your answer. Then I know for me, this one tripped me up. I literally started crying because of this one. The question was like, the guest is always right. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I literally like put strongly disagree. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, that's not right. But I put it, and you can't go back. So I put it, and I, like, called my mom to make sure, and she didn't answer. And I was freaking out, so I was like, I'm just gonna go with it. And then she called me right back, and I was like, I just put strongly disagree. And she's like, Brienne, no, like, the guess is always right. How do you not know this? And I was like, I'm gonna fail. Oh my gosh. And the other thing is that it's timed. So I think the whole thing is like 45 minutes. You only have like 30 seconds per question, so you can't think about it for too long. So my biggest piece of advice for this part, definitely to be consistent with your answers, and also you want to have a strong opinion. I would say really your only two options should be strongly agree or strongly disagree. You can have a couple with like agree and disagree, but really try to keep your answers like strong and never put neutral. I never put neutral because I knew that that was like a big no-no, because Disney wants you to have an opinion and they want you to be like strong in what you think and what you believe, and they don't want you to be kind of just wishy-washy, go with the flow. They want you to like know what you stand for and know your values, because Disney's really big on that. I also honestly recommend, I know a lot of people do this and I wish I would have done this, have like either your mom on the phone with you or like someone you really trust in the room with you. That way you can like read the question out loud and like the other person can verify the way you're interpreting the question, because a lot of them are really straightforward, but there are a couple that you're like, wait, what are they asking? And you want to have somebody in the room with you just so like you can like read it out loud. So I would call my mom for a few of the questions that like I was like kind of getting tripped up on, but obviously like that takes time to call her, and then I was stressed and it was just a whole thing. So I kind of wish I just would have like had her on the phone the whole time. That might stress you out, so if it's gonna stress you out a lot, don't do that. But if you feel like even just having like a friend in the room with you, making sure like you're understanding the question, I think that that is like a really good piece of advice that I wish I would have taken. And then right after you finish it, it'll tell you if you pass or fail. It didn't like actually say pass or fail. It just said like you'll get an email soon to schedule your phone interview, and I knew that that meant that I had passed. If you don't pass, I think it'll just say like thank you for your time, like you're no longer in consideration, something like that. But anyways, I knew I'd passed and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you God, like thank you so much. So I scheduled my phone interview for the very first day that I could do it. There was like a week period that you could schedule like your different times. So I scheduled it for a day when I didn't have like classes in the morning. I started preparing on a Monday and my interview was on a Thursday. And basically every day while I was getting ready, I just watched video after video of people doing their phone interview. There's tons of videos on YouTube of people doing their phone interview. And I also looked up online all the questions that they could ask. Like I did my research and I made a Google Doc and I put all the questions that they could possibly ask, and I put all my answers and I put bullet points in different paragraphs, and I would read through them and I would practice, and I was like so ready and prepared. I was so nervous on the day of my interview, but I was like, I just have to be myself. Calm down, it's gonna be okay. So basically, they just call you and they ask you, like, kind of just what you'd think they'd ask you. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to do the Disney College program was one of them. They asked me how I make safety a priority, like in stuff that I've done in the past. So that's one to definitely think about, because Disney is big on safety. Safety begins with me. If you work at Disney, you know. What roles I was interested in, and so I kind of used that to talk about like the roles that I was interested in and the experience I had with those roles. They asked me if I've ever had like a guest have an issue with me and how I remedied that problem. And I think they asked me like about living with roommates and like if I've ever had an issue, and if I did have an issue, how would I go about solving it. I think that was it. That was like the only big questions that she asked me. And then she just asked me to like verify, like, do you have any tattoos? Do you have any extra piercings other than just like the normal ear ones? Would you be comfortable working outside? Would you be comfortable working with cleaning materials? Would you be comfortable being a lifeguard? Pro tip, I said yes. I got off that phone call and I was like, if they put me as a lifeguard, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm such a bad swimmer. I couldn't even save myself. If someone was drowning, I'd literally have to like call for help. Like, I couldn't do it. There's no way. You do not want to put me near a pool and ask me to help other people, because that's not happening. I would drown too. That's not gonna happen. So, but I'm always like, I always think to say yes. Like if somebody asks me, can you do this? Oh my gosh, yes, of course. But I shouldn't have said yes. I probably should have just said like, no, I'm really not comfortable with that. So be honest on your phone call. Like if there's something that you know you cannot do, be honest. Also, another big tip for the phone call, at the beginning of the call, your recruiter will say their name. And if at the end of the phone call you can say like, thank you so much, Jessica, like that means a lot because Disney is really big on names. You have to wear your little name tag every day at work. Honestly, I love it because a lot of the other cast members will like come up to you and say like, "Hi Brie, how's your day going?" And it's just nice to like feel special and seen. And Disney really makes it a point to like make you the main character. They want you to like live out your story and feel like you are important because you are. And you're helping make the magic. You are the magic. As a cast member working at Disney World, you're making a difference and your name matters. So if you can like remember the name at the end of the interview, you're solid. If you do your research and do your homework before your phone call, you're gonna be totally fine. But yeah, I definitely recommend like making a paper. I know a lot of people do sticky notes. I just always do like a Google Doc to prep for an interview. It's just like my way of like, you know, preparing. Did my phone interview, felt really good about it. And then I think it was like maybe a week later, I got an email saying like, "Congratulations, you got accepted." And I was so excited. It was a little bit of a rough time for me that month in college, and I just really like wanted something for myself to like be proud of, and that like turned everything around and made me so excited. It was like another month until I got my role. You don't get your role until like 2 or 3 weeks before you move here. But I woke up to my friend who's actually here in entertainment. She was like, "Hey, what's your role?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, did the roles come out?" And I checked it. I had an email to like log into my onboarding website or whatever, and like you log in and click, and it was like Brie Hollis PhotoPass ST, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I PhotoPass!" And I had no idea what ST means, but then I realized that it means studios, so Hollywood Studios. It's basically the beginning of my story. I moved in May 8th, and I've loved it. Absolutely an incredible experience. I'm having so much fun. I highly recommend if you're thinking about doing the Disney College program. So far, I have nothing but 5-star reviews. I absolutely love it, and it is just such a good experience, and I have learned so much, and I'm so grateful to be here and be doing something that I love and making magic for other people. I had my park tour of Hollywood Studios on Friday, and then I started work like just by myself Saturday, and today's Monday, so I had work Saturday, Sunday, and then today's my 3rd day of like being solo on the job. It's definitely a lot. I've definitely gotten very stressed out and like really freaked out just because it's something new and I'm trying to like still get a hang of it. But I've honestly had such an amazing time interacting with guests and making them feel special, and just bringing them some magic has brought me so much joy, and I absolutely love it. And I love going to work, and I love everybody that I work with. Everyone's so kind and understanding and nice, and it is a lot because it's like a big girl job, you know. It's my first like real big girl job where I like have a lot of responsibilities and I'm completely on my own, but it's really fun and I love it here, and I wouldn't trade this opportunity for anything. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope this helped you. I know when I was trying to apply, I like needed this video to kind of just lay everything out. And I definitely want to make more videos just talking about like the program and my experience, so definitely look out for those. And if you have any questions or video ideas you want me to make, just let me know, comment down below. And thank you guys once again. I love you so much, and I hope you have the best, most magical day ever. Bye guys!